What's going on, and welcome on into another video. Do not be alarmed by the new intro, the new background, the new name on YouTube. I've swapped out the Ma Kachada name and I've swapped into the Midnight name. That is purely for your benefit. A lot of people have been letting me know that Ma Kachada is a little bit difficult for some people to say, but it is more difficult for certain people to find with the underscore in the name. So that defeats the purpose of this channel. I want to get this information around to as many people as possible. I also want this to be easily findable, and we want to grow this channel as big as we possibly can grow it. So in order to do that, I have to make some changes to the name, to the background, and just a slight rebranding, but everything is going to stay to the course. You know, this is all about helping you guys, so don't forget to like and subscribe. We're going to get this information out to as many people as possible, and we're going to give it a go. Now, let's give you a week 2 update on the bag and jump right into it. I made a massive change. And now that massive change was probably some people expected it when they were actually watching my last view, my week 1 update. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. But this is week 2. And week 2, I had to take a personal look in the mirror and realize, like, what am I doing to myself? Now, why I say that is because I was very bent and looking forward to keeping this golf bag exactly like my real golf bag. And unfortunately, in my real golf bag, it's not going to help because I don't have fittings on my real golf bag, not ones like this that give me bonuses. But so I had to swap out my hybrid because it's just no benefit in this game. I can get so many I'm wasting skill points, I'm wasting everything. So I swapped out the hybrid. I put in a 3-iron because that is where my best fittings are. My best fittings are with my irons, so I put in the 3-iron, and it's given me a perfect gapping, and the club is a lot better than what it was before. And because I did that, that means I have to switch my skills. So I spent 500 VC, yep, and I erased all my skills. I took the 3 that I had on the hybrid and the 1 that I had in level 7 on the hybrid, and now I was able to spend them elsewhere. So if you want to check it out, obviously you can pause the screen right here and see how I have it all built out. But essentially I took those 3 I had from the hybrid in level 6 and I put it here in the shaping boost if I hit 2 fairways in regulation. And then I added 1 more into the aerodynamics, and that was pretty much it. And then, you know, I still got my putter fully equipped here. I got my wedges fully hooked up here. My irons are strong in the categories I need them. I got my wood because I'm going to keep the 3 wood in the bag, and that is a very important club. And then the driver is just all kitted out. So that is pretty much how my skill setup is it will be like that for the foreseeable future. I have been testing out a little bit on swapping the rhythm out for the woodsman or maybe sculptor, but at the end of all my testing, rhythm is going to be the way I'm going to be rocking. So that is pretty much my skills, and my archetype build will not be changing probably throughout the entire 2 years that I play this game, unless there's a massive update that happens that changes the game completely. So that's pretty much my build for that. Now let's get into the updated fittings. I am almost fully equipped on all legendary fittings. There's only 2 clubs that don't have 3. They are just missing 1. But I will say it is quite difficult to get legendary fittings. I've been grinding. I've probably looped my career like 7, 8, 9 times maybe. I've already lost count at how many times I've looped it. I know that there's a bunch of people who have the videos of the courses where you can just make 1 putt and just get eagles and all of that stuff and just rip XP and VC. All I'll say is tread carefully. I've seen them, I've seen 2K do things of banning of people who are trying to cheat the system and previous games with their NBA. So for me personally, I know it's out there, and I don't like, if you're gonna do it, that's fine, go ahead and do it. But for me, I just like to err on the safe side so that way I can not have any risk factor for me, and I'm just gonna do it the old-fashioned way. Plus my bag's pretty much almost already kitted out. So let's get into it. Driver, I have 3: a power, a swing path, and a timing. And right now, this thing just flies straight as an arrow. My power is a little bit lower than what I'd like it to be. I'd like it somewhere around like 75. I think that's pretty much really all I need. But 282 carry is pretty good for a driver. As long as you're not hitting into like a 20-mile-an-hour wind, it still gets me out there and it covers. Plus, it's with 96 swing timing and 86 swing path, 76 transition. This thing flies straight as an arrow. Long as I get it on my start line, this baby's flying straight. And I'm going to talk about these power fittings because these power fittings, I'm realizing I've been putting everything towards transition, but I think the power fittings might be low key or high key, if certain people already figured this out, the best fittings you can put on your club. Because what does it do? It gives me plus 10 power, it gives me plus 6 transition, and it only gives me really minus 2 timing. On the wood one here, plus 10 power, plus 7 transition, only minus 2 timing. And with the rhythm build, we already know our timing is already through the roof. So I mean, it's pretty good stuff in these power fittings. So I would highly recommend looking into it. Obviously, you guys know I just got rid of my hybrid, so I swapped all of those out and I've saved them. Now this is my best club, and something I really want to mention here that you really want to look forward, and that is the lie range. So this club, this is my best fitting set that I have so far. I have an 80 power, which is like, my 3 iron goes 226, 4 iron 214, pitching wedge goes 149. Like, that's plenty. 80 power is plenty. I know obviously some people are going to want to just crank that up as high as possible, but it's plenty, especially when you can get an 85 timing, 82 swing path, 80 transition, and most importantly, an 83 lie range. Now I say most importantly because all of these lie ranges that I've been getting into, when I get into the rough, I've played on so many different courses with all different types of heavy rough, and I'm nowhere near anything below a 78%, 75% maybe. Most of the time, I'm in the 90%, 90 to 95% in a heavy rough situation. And that's just because my lie range is so good. And so it's something with your irons and your wedges you really want to pay attention to, is keeping your lie range in at least the 80 category. So that way you're getting full distances when you put yourself in bad situations, because it's going to happen. And it's really, there's not much you can do about it. But this is where I sit right now. I got a plus 8 timing, I got a plus 10 power, and I have a plus 10 power as well. Like I said, these power ones, I've been equipping more and more and more of them because they just give me what I need. So it's still kind of the way that I've been going when I actually get them, and I can upgrade them. You see, I got another power one here, plus 7 swing path, plus 10 shaping, as I didn't really need that. I kind of needed it more to transition, but plus 12 power and only minus 4 timing and a little bit of a lie range hurt. So this one is definitely one that I'm going to be looking for to bump up my transition and my lie range, but in time it'll work. Like, I'm not even using this power one right here because I already have something else with it, but look what it does. Plus 9 power, plus 2 swing path, plus 6 transition, plus 7 shaping, and the timing is only minus 1. I think power fittings should be at least 2 on every club right now, and that way you don't even have to go with the powerhouse build. My putter is the last thing, is the only, that and my woods right now are the only ones that don't have 3 legendary fittings, but an 85 putt path and an 81 putt weight is more than important. More than importantly good enough, I guess. Putt weight for me, 81 is more than enough. I would like to get my putt path up to a 90. That will be what I'll be trying to achieve. But we'll see what happens with that when we get more fittings as we go. Also, I just want to say, I've been pushing towards the legendary fittings because I want to see all of them and what I can get. But there's some really good purple ones that, like, you don't get any minuses. So you might actually be better off equipping a lot of purples and not going straight to the legendaries, because not all legendaries are like this where it's 0 in a category. Most of them do have some sort of minus, but I do know there's a lot of purple ones that have no minuses in the entire category. So that's something you definitely want to consider as you go about this and pay attention to. But that's pretty much going to wrap up this video. Like I said, do not be afraid of any transitional names on my YouTube channel or the backgrounds or the intro videos. It's all going to be the same content going forward. I'm going to be doing a lot more live streaming once I get you guys. I've been just pushing everything. I'm a one-man shop to the data for you, so that way you can play better at this game. In time, I will be doing Top Golf. I will be doing live streams, societies. I will be playing a lot more, but right now it's all about getting you guys as much data as possible, making sure you understand what you're playing. So I hope you guys like this video. I'll catch you later. Don't forget to like and subscribe.